Hello, my magical peeps, good morning. So, yes, the skull shawl is done. Oh, I'm 5'8", and it goes way past my butt. Way past my butt. So, it is very long. It turned out beautiful. It has not been blocked yet. And I have some glass skull beads that I want to incorporate in it somewhere. And I'm not sure where. I was thinking maybe in a way that somebody could use them to kind of like buttons, you know what I mean? But I'm not sure. So I thoroughly enjoyed making this skull shawl. I ran out of yarn when I had 5 rows to go. And because I made this so big, for me, I love big shawls because I love to wrap up in them. But I decided I'm going to put it on my Etsy shop, Madison's Magical, and put it up for sale. I have some vet bills coming up. As you may know, my beautiful German Shepherd has cancer, so may need to rake in some money for that. Yeah, so anyway, so upcoming tutorials I wanted to talk about. I made this gorgeous hat. And since I can't see where I am in the camera, I'm hoping that this is showing the hat. This is called the Divine Hat. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I thought I would do a tutorial on it. I am in love with a front and back post ribbing. I just love this pattern and it works up fairly quickly. So I thought we'd do a tutorial and do this hat together. And then I wanted a scarf to go with it, but they didn't have a pattern for that. And I didn't feel like taking time to try and make one up. So I did find one on Ravelry, another free one. And I don't remember what this one's called, but isn't that gorgeous? Now this is, the hat and the scarf is done in hand-dyed, not by me, but hand-dyed merino wool. It is so thick and soft. But you can get things like Lion Brands, I think it's called Wool Ease or something like that. Or, you know, just use acrylics, you know, especially for gifts. I would suggest, unless you know the person, you know, really, really well and know that they're not going to take something wool and chuck it in the washing machine, I would definitely go ahead and, you know, make gifts in acrylic. If you're not, you know, if you don't know the person real well. But anyway, so I thought we would do these 2 tutorials together. And it's raining again today. Oh my, it's just raining and raining and raining and raining. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on here for me. Trying to prepare for the holidays, doing fall cleanup, that sort of thing. I have been working on my very first sock. And this is worked backwards, or inside out rather, because it is Portuguese knitting. So this is my very first sock. And let's see if I can show you what it looks like on the right side of the sock. We'll turn it inside out just for a moment here. So it does take some time because they're little tiny size 1 needles. And this is a 9-inch circular. I hope I didn't drop some stitches there. Yeah, this is a 9-inch Chiagu circular needle that I'm doing this on. So it'll be interesting to see what my first sock looks like. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's all I've got to say today. I wanted to keep my nightgown covered up because it's one of my golden moldies. And I know it's not very professional of me, but I just woke up, just had my first cup of coffee, and I wanted to touch base with you before I got back into doing more cleaning here in the house. And yeah, you can hear my cats in the background. You're always going to hear something in the background, unfortunately. You know, I have Savannah cats, and they are originally from a wild African serval mixed with a domestic cat, which of course people still do that. In New York State, we are not allowed to own a serval. And then the first generation away from that breeding is called an F1. And then if you take F1 kittens and breed it, anyway, the generations go down. In New York State, we're only allowed to have an F5 or later. So my cats I've got one F5 and the rest are F6s. So yeah, I've got those along with my Maine Coons. I've got a purebred Maine Coon litter, of course, purebred, right now. And they are 5 weeks old. And I do have some available if you're interested. You guys know where to look, I think. You go on Facebook and go to Magical Mayhem Savannahs, or mainly Magic Maine Coon Cats. You can also go to my Madison's Magical page on Facebook. And usually I have a posting there about kittens as well. What else have I got to tell you? I don't think there's anything else right now, but I will come back and we will do our tutorial on the hat and the scarf. And remember, you are all amazing just as you are. Bye.